This is my room in Pigeon Forge. Very nice. Got a balcony on the 5th floor. Oh, cool. I'm just editing my second video today, and I'm in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So maybe I'll include this clip in the next video, even though it's spoiler alert. This is Dollywood. It's like Disneyland over there. I want to do the hatchet throwing. Wow, how frustrating to deal with traffic getting out of Pigeon Forge. Crazy twisty roads, and then no Wi-Fi, so I don't have a map, no park entrance, no paper maps, kind of making it up. And now they're saying there's aggressive bear activity on the trail, so it's closed. So let's hope I make it out alive. Daniel Boone wouldn't have been scared. This is a rough trail. Lots of rocks, and actually it just got smooth. And climbing over rocks and trees and everything. Pretty thick. This is the time to have some bells on for bears, but oh well. I don't know if those are bear tracks. Not very big, look like raccoon. That's a raccoon. Just met some other hikers that were a little frustrated too. In good company. They didn't know where they were. The trail they were on dead ended, and this just goes to the park. So we'll just play it by ear. Enjoy what we have. I can see the forest and the trees. It's really clear here. I'll bet you a bear took to that log looking for grubs. I came across a little trail, and this is what it led me to. Some kind of sensors detecting, I don't know, atmospheric or something. I'll have to take a look at it later. This is kind of a drag. It's beautiful out here for sure, but I'm paralleling the road and I just hear cars going by. It's not a sense of being out in the wilderness. So I'm going to get some proper maps tonight and print them out so I know exactly where I'm going, where I want to go, and have a more desolate experience. Wow, what a difference a mile makes. It's downtown Gatlinburg. Looks like it's pretty happening. Jesus Christ. So much for being remote in nature. This is crazy. It's like a holiday, but it's just Saturday. Funny. 2 black bears. Ooh, 3 black bears. You see them up there in the distance. Nobody wants to drive by them. The spectacle of the day. I thought I was the center of attention. Okay, people, let's go now. Hi, bears. Hi, bears. We're headed for Rainbow Falls this morning. Finally got into some backcountry, it seems. This is a 5-mile hike. God, it smells good. It smells like a combination of anise and cinnamon, I think. Very light and aromatic. Those bears earlier seemed very tame and easygoing. Didn't seem aggressive. It also seemed like a mother with her cubs. I wanted to address briefly why I'm coming out here. One, not this hike, but to Tennessee. One big reason is that I've always wanted to have a farm and space to myself and, you know, woods just have near me. I've always had attraction to that, so this place seems to be ideal for that. And also I see, you know, increasing signs that, you know, our society as we know it is going to change dramatically. You know, with all the vaccine, you know, coercion, I really feel like this whole vaccine thing has been orchestrated in many levels and or in many ways. You know, just the lies alone that we hear Fauci saying and how they're changing their, you know, restrictions basically on a whim, which have nothing to do with science, really. which is very odd because they say follow the science and then they don't give you any science. And so I've been following the science, and I know something about the immune system. And when they just, and I've always been suspicious of the pharmaceutical companies as well. And so when they all of a sudden come up with something that says you must do this, it makes me very suspicious. And looking into it more, see there's a lot of issues with the shot that they've given out, and how the technology is different, how the testing has not been done as completely as it usually is. And so I just want to get out of that. I want to get out of that system, and I want to model a way of being that people can follow, people can you know, see in their own lives and maybe do for themselves. And so I'm going to be doing more videos on just my whole process of maybe finding land. I'm not sure what the plan is going to be right now. At this point, I think I might get a small house with a little yard in a nice area that I'm considering moving to, and then buy a big piece of land with some other people in the near future. So not sure who with or when or where, but probably in Tennessee or Western North Carolina. Anyway, that's all basics of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Still hear a lot of people's voices, but it's pretty quiet out here. It's blowing pretty good for the middle of October. Don't have this in California. Let's smell again. I looked at the yellow flowers and the white flowers and something else, and I couldn't smell anything. Gorgeous out here. Looks like we're going up this little area here. Uphill. I see some people up there. Love these steps. I wonder how long it took them to put in. Lady just said it was another hour hiking up this hill. That's gonna be intense, man. Oh wow, I hope I don't have enough water. Oh, we got some color changing. So Micah said I was almost there. 10 to 15 minutes. Changing. Was that a jerky movement? That looks to me like a bear crawling up there, trying to get under the bark, see if there's any bugs. Definitely somebody's crawling up there. Cool. Finally a little waterfall. More importantly, water. Some slabs of rock here. Oh, a cute little bridge. How did they carve that one? Try to get the effect walking up here. It's a little hard. So many people. That's good then, though. Okay. Yeah, so you can just hold it. I made it! Wonderful. This is cute. Whoa! It's funny now when I'm coming down, like, telling people how far it is up, like, I'm along to the first water. The light is so odd in here, so muted, yellowish. It's just coming through the leaves. Cool. Nice. This is cool. One-way street, in and out. We just came from that way on there. Pidgeon Forge and Catlinburg has been one big traffic jam. Here we are at 11 in the morning and just trying to get on the highway and taking shortcuts, and it's a disaster. Can't wait to get out of here. Well, we're about 15 miles from Greenville, going northeast. Downtown Greenville. It's very old, pretty quaint. I don't know if it's laid back or depressed. Well, I might do a little tour of Andrew Johnson's house. the 17th president. He lived here in Greenville. No idea what he's about, but kind of wasting my time today waiting for a hotel room and then start looking at some properties.
This was a part of his core, and for him to eventually free his own slaves, it says a lot about that change. But I will mention why he bought this home before we go in. I mentioned he bought it in 1852 as a very young congressman. He buys it because obviously it's a larger home. Congress is a better office than the state representative job, so he needs a bigger home to help show his rise. He has more children, so he needs more. Better home. He's a federal level politician whenever he buys this house. Shortly after that, he'll be governor, then senator, then the Civil War. Access for him. It's also easy for him. He's basically a way stop. This is a way stop for him, so he's in and out all the time. Everything in this house is about 85% original. We have that original wife has consumption by the time they move in. What we know is tuberculosis. So obviously, she doesn't feel good. She's not going to be down here to greet you. It's the children.
Confederate general from the battlefield saw the green flag and there's those happy.
I can see it. Yep. Now the room to the right over here is the Eliza Johnson's veteran. I didn't mention her earlier, except for the fact that she has consumption. So most of Daniel Stover will lose his life during the war. That leaves Mary with 3 kids and no property. So she has to live with Andrew Johnson throughout the war. She'll live with him in Nashville. She'll move into the White House with him, and she'll. But whenever they get back from the presidency, the youngest kid, youngest kids typically get whatever they want. He wants his own bedroom. So he's about 16. They will move the dining room directly into here. That will leave the kitchen going into the basement. And I left that open to become Andrew Johnson. Down here. Before the war, that's where the enslaved people sleep. Yes. Now, Johnson owns about 8 or 9 of them, so not all of them are sleeping back here. There used to be a slave cabin in the backyard. Town, that type of thing. So 2 years later, Andrew Johnson will buy the woman on the right of Sam. That's Dolly. Dolly is Sam's sister. Now, if you guys look at any of our panels later that talk about slavery, it'll say that Dolly was bought first and Sam was bought 2 days after. We know from records of Sam, you're the master, but you can be a good master to your pet. You can make sure that they have clothes, they have food, they have a comfortable place to sleep. That's how Johnson feels about them. They are not equal to him. They are animals, but he is that nice paternal master, so he will take care of them. Then he abolishes it in the state. Now, as president, it's very fair to say that he is a failure whenever it comes to race policy. He does.
Did a little house in Greenville here, kind of out in the country a little bit. Nice area, quiet out here.